And so, good morning again, everyone. So, let me share my screen. And so, on our classwork, I already posted the module for today. So, our module for today is all about Mac OS and network settings. So, it's on learning module 6 ng ating syllabus. And also take note na here's the list of the finals assignment or quiz. So make sure dun sa mga hindi pa nakakapag-submit, ayan, nung assignment quiz, number 1 nila sa ating finals. So meron pang 11. So for reference ng iba, so I'll show it to you, the 11 students na wala pa. And also, yung meron na hindi lang na-turned in, ito si Jacqueline Labastida. And so, since you already submitted your assignment pero nasa assign pa din siya, so kindly turn in lang para mapunta siya dito sa list ng turned in. And then, ito for your reference to confirm na wala pa kayo na submit for your final assignment number 1. And then next, ito yung ating assignment number 2. So, ang due date nga nito is which kanina 7 a.m. So, yung mga late submissions, so may deduction na sila ng 5 points. So, for the assignment or quiz number 2 natin, so there's still 17 students. So, here's in the screen. So I'll scroll it down for reference to confirm na nandito pa yung list, yung name nyo sa list ng assigned or missing pa yung kanilang assignment number 2. And also dun sa mga meron na like si Elijah, Joshua Jimenez, and Jack Labastida. So kindly turn in lang mapunta din sa ating list ng turned in. Also, ito si Aaron Red Serac. So, i-turn in mo lang siya para malipat siya dito sa kabila. Sa list ng kapagpasok na ng kanilang mga assignments. Ayan, so make sure na kompleto na din kayo dito sa ating midterm. Yung sa ating ito, midterm assignment quiz. So make sure kompleto kayo nung 4. So meron pa ding isa. Sino to? Si Kenichiro with Alagos. Ayan, so make sure mahahabol mo to before your final examination kasi once na nag-compute na ng grades, yung mga may missing is automatically zero grade dun sa assignment na yun. So your final exam will be on July 30 next week na Friday, and then ang computation ng grades is on starting Monday, August 2. So for the late submission, you could still submit it until August 1, Sunday, 11:59 p.m. for the late submission for the midterm and finals. Or unless yung hindi niyo na submit, masisiro yung grade niyo doon. Kasi dito, ayan, as I'll show to you. So here's the list ng ating grades per assignment. So ayan, 1, 2, 3, 4. So pag missing yan, so ang equivalent kasi nun is 0. Ibig sabihin, wala kang sinubmit na kahit ano. And so take note lang dun sa dates na for your final exam is on July 30, Friday. And then for the final late submission, ito na yung pinaka-late submission, is yung August 1. Since ang start ng computing ng grades is on August 2. So now, we proceed sa ating new topic. So yung new topic natin is all about yung macOS settings and network naman. So later on, I will transfer sa aking to demonstrate sa inyo yung dun sa other computer ko, yung MacBook. Since all about Mac network settings siya, yung laman ng ating module 6. But first, let's discuss kung ano yung nandito sa ating module 6. So as an introduction, ayan, we will be identifying computer network in its scope with the use of proper methodology of teaching in self-learning. In this module, so we'll discuss configuring Mac network settings. So yung learning targets dito is how to configure network connections for Mac and then yung Macintosh network facilities and also yung to understand Mac OS X server. And then here's the Mac OS X server includes the following features. So pag meron ka Mac OS X server or when you install a Mac OS X server, so you can have this Apache web server na nagra-run din siya in Windows and in Linux. Also, you could have this netboot, a feature that simplifies tasks of managing network, client, and computers. And also yung file services using AFP. And then WebObjects, a high-end tool for creating websites. And then yung ating QuickTime streaming server. And so usually these are the available software or features in our Mac OS. And so later naman, i-demo ko sa inyo itong interface ni Mac. But for now, let's familiarize ourselves din sa mga different modules or windows na makikita natin sa Mac. So dito, ito yung system preferences. So yung screen na to, pinapakita niya lang yung network preferences. Showing yung Wi-Fi connection, kung merong Bluetooth or network. And then for the advanced, so ito yung nakikita natin same nung sa Windows. So nandito yung ating Wi-Fi, TCP/IP, and DNS, WNS. So ang katumbas niyan is yung ating, yun nga, yung Network and Sharing Center. Ayan, so ang katumbas niyan, ito. Sa Windows. So going back dun sa ating module, Ayan, so yung TCP/IP tab, ayan, consist lang niya yung IPv4 address, subnet mask, router. So, ito lang din yung IP address dun sa, when you remember last meeting is yung nag-CMD tayo when we type yung IP config. So, makikita din natin tong mga values na to. Yung ating IP address, for example, dito 192.168.1.125. Also the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. And then yung ating router 192.168.1.1. And then for the next one is the DNS or domain server settings. So ito lang din yun. So usually yung ating DNS, ito yung ating internet service provider. And then next is we have the hardware. So sa hardware, ayan, makikita natin yung pinaka-MAC address. And then yung configuration, so automatically. And then yung MTU is standard. So ayan lang yung sa ating hardware tab sa Mac. And so that's it. Ayan lang yung ating laman ng module. And then to discuss it further yung about sa ating macOS. So I'll open this presentation. So this is all about operating system ng ating Mac or Macintosh. Yung one of the recent version natin is yung popular version sa Mac is yung OS X Mavericks. Ayan, so as you can see, it's the world most advanced desktop operating system and it's also free. And it's the best graphical user interface or GUI operating system and it gives a substantial free update to their operating system. So yung OS X Mavericks natin is one of the OS name in Mac kung naka Macintosh kayo. So Mac, we all know is a Apple product. So ito yung one of the brand ni Apple. And then ang pangalan nga ng operating system is si Mavericks. So, 'di ba sa Windows, we have different OS then. We have the Windows XP, 7, 8, Vista, and then 10. So, yung karaniwan kasi sa macOS operating system, usually ang pangalan is sa different ata na or species ng tiger. So, yan, Mavericks. And then, for a short history, ayan, so on January 24, 1984, Apple Computer, by history, ito yung original name ng company ni Apple. We have Apple Computer Incorporated. And then now, naging Apple Incorporation na siya. It introduced the Macintosh personal computer with the Macintosh 128K model. And then it was that later renamed to macOS. So dati Macintosh 128K model siya, but it was recently renamed in macOS. And also, popular nga siya and being credited dun sa yung sa kanyang graphical user interface. So as you can see naman na kakaiba talaga yung GUI ni macOS compared sa other laptops. And then usually itong yung mga Mac, yung iMac, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro. So usually ito din yung ginagamit talaga in terms na sa pagde-design, web design. So yung mga graphic designers in the IT industry, so mas preferred nga nila gumamit ng MacBook or ng mga Mac computers. And then also a short trivia, the original Macintosh system software was partially based on the Lisa OS. And it's allowing and then as a part of agreement allowing Xerox to buy shares in Apple at favorable price. It also used the concept of Zero Park Xerox Alto, which Steve Jobs and several other Macintosh teams. And then aside from that, we also Mac OS have this kernel framework. So latest Mac operating system kernel type is called yung Hybrid XNU. Also, Match is an operating system kernel developed by Carnegie Mellon University. It also used as an early example of microkernel, and then it derivatives are the basis of modern operating system kernel in Mac OS X. And so si Mac gumagamit din siya ng kernel framework with their operating system. So here's the short overview ng kernel na tinatawag. So kernel is architecture based on combining aspects of microkernel and monolithic kernel architectures using in computer operating systems. And then as in traditional kernel, the monolithic microkernel and hybrid. So So ito lang yung hierarchy. Diba meron din tayong hierarchy sa Windows na yung layer. So ang layer dito sa Mac is ayan, hardware muna yung nasa bottom. As you can see, yung hardware yung pinaka nasa ilalim. And then after hardware, dun pa lang yung ating mga devices, drivers. And then after that, sa itaas ni drivers, nandun yung ating virtual memory scheduler. And then, above scheduler and virtual memory, nandun yung ating file system. And then, above the ating file system, nandun si BFS. And then yung system call. And then yung pinaka-top natin is yung ating application na. So dito, ang pinakaiba lang niya naman sa microkernel is yung architecture niya is hardware. Hardware pa din yung pinaka nasa bottom and then nasa second layer lang yung ating virtual memory scheduling and then basic IPC. And then on top of that, ito yung different on the third layer, nandito yung application IPC, Unix server, device driver, file server. So dito kasi sa microkernel, mas on top yung mga server kaysa dito sa virtual memory. So hardware muna and then yung ating virtual memory, tsaka yung mga drivers and servers. And then yung pinaka-top natin is yung mismong application or mga software. And then for hybrid naman, as you can see, same lang din, hardware, virtual memory. And then since hybrid, so yung layering niya is hiwalay lang yung application IP tsaka device driver. dun sa ating Unix operating system and file server, and then application. And also, as you can see, hybrid siya. So, nakaka-direkta din agad si device driver tsaka application IPC dun sa software application. Yun yung kaya siya tinawag na hybrid. It can directly, since nasa second layer to, so directly siya nakaka-connect agad dun sa mismong software application. So, ayun yung ating hybrid kernel. And then, for short history, so ganito yung itsura nung ating first version ng macOS. Ayan, so it only compatible daw in Motorola 68000 family Macintoshes, which is released nung January 24, 1984 pa. So as you can see, yung macOS before, ayan, black and white lang siya, na also grayscale yung kulay. And then, ganyan lang din yung kanyang graphical user interface. And also, floppy disk pa nga din yung gamit before, yung diskette, since wala kang flash drive or USB. And then, ito lang naman yung latest release note, yung mga versioning ni macOS, yung mga build number, and then yung mga dates. And then, ayan, what is OS X or yung operating system X ni Mac? So, Mac operating system is designed to be easy to use and engineered to take full advantage of the technologies built into every computer we make. So everything works just the way we expect to OS X, and also comes from powerful apps for browsing the web, sending messages, getting reminders, and more. And then, as an example nun, ito nga, yung mga products ni Apple, you have the iMac, MacBook Air, and then the MacBook Pro. So as you can see, yung ating iMac, ayan, ganyan yung itsura niya na malaking monitor. And then yung MacBook Air is more thinner, mas matipis, tsaka lightweight yung kanyang bigat compared sa ating MacBook Pro. Pero in terms of graphics, nasa okay ang graphics ni MacBook Pro with Retina display. Ayan, compared sa MacBook Air. And then yung ating most popular version, yung 10.6. So, ito yun, yung Snow Leopard. Ang initial release niyan is last August 28, 2009. So, it's the 7th major release of macOS. Also for Macintosh computers, last August 28, 2009. And also, it's, the release of Snow Leopard came nearly 2 years after the introduction of X Leopard. So, one of the latest nga is yung Mavericks. And then, so take note lang din, so dun sa system requirements, so like Windows, meron ding system requirements tayong tinatawag sa pag-i-install ng server or client ng ating Mac OS X operating system. So to install this operating system, yung Mavericks, kailangan yung version ng ating iMac, MacBook is pasok dito sa criteria. So Mac OS X can be installed or only available using iMac mid-2007 or later. Also MacBook 13-inch early 2009 or later, or MacBook Pro 13-inch 2009 or later, and then so and so forth. So as you can see, Mac OS X since 2009 release siya na OS, So dapat yung kalapit na version tsaka date release din is yung ganun din dapat yung computer or laptop. So as you can see, ayan, mga mid 2007 yung pinaka late, and then panay early 2009 or later na. And then also, para ma-install siya, kailangan din natin ng OS X Mountain Lion. Yung OS X Mountain Lion kasi ayun yung recent version. So kailangan din natin ng recent operating system kung mag-update tayo ng mas higher version sa Mac. Para lang din yung Windows XP upgrading to Windows 7. Ayun. So also kailangan din natin ng 2 gig ng memory or yung RAM. And then additional 8 gig or more available space since yung ating Snow Leopard is magko-consume siya ng 8 gig ng ating hard disk or hard drive, yung ating internal memory. And so, yung OS Mavericks, the world most advanced operating system in Mac. So, yung new daw in Mac OS X. So, ito yung mga software applications niya na introduce sa ating Mac OS X. So, we have the iBook, Maps, Calendar, Safari, iCloud Keychain, multiple display, notification, Finder tabs, tags, and advanced technologies. So, yung sa Mac pala, ang default internet browser is Safari. Diba sa Windows, ang default niyan is si Internet Explorer or yung bago, si Edge. But on Mac OS, ang default niyan is si Safari. And then yung katumbas ng ating Window Explorer, si Finder tabs sa Mac. So yung iBook, consist lang siya ng collection of books na pwede nating basahin for free, and then meron din na binibili siya sa iTunes Store or sa App Store. And then yung maps, ayan, halos same lang ng ating Google Maps sa Google. And then yung basic, calendar application, Safari. So, yun nga, just I mentioned earlier, so ito yung pinaka internet browser ni Mac, Safari. Also, yung iCloud Keychain naman is yung storing lang ng naka-encrypt na password. And so, for example, you have your iCloud. Kasi sa Mac OS and also sa mga iPhone, iPad, yan, may tinatawag na tayong iCloud that could store your photos, videos, files, documents sa cloud. Yung cloud ni Apple. Also, meron din ditong feature na multiple display sa Mac that will take advantage of every display connected to your Mac, giving more flexibility to work the way you want. So, ibig sabihin ng multiple display, if you have a laptop and then an iMac, so it can be automatically multiple display. And then as you can see, wireless siya na hindi na kailangan ng ating VGA cable or HDMI cable. So it could be automatically extended the display from from MacBook Air to iMac. Also for notifications, ayan, automatically meron ding notification si MacBook Air, and then yung other Apple products. And then yung ating Window Explorer sa Windows, 'di ba, we have the yung Windows plus E. So, ito kasi yun yung ating Window Explorer. Sa Mac, ang tawag doon is Finder. Finder tabs. And then also, meron din tagging sa Mac when we tag our files. So, we can easily search or filter. And meron siyang tinatawag na tags. And also, si Mac, meron din siya yung sariling mail. Kung sa Windows, ang tinatawag nila dyan is Outlook. So, sa Mac, we have this mail. And then also, sa Mac nga or sa other Apple products, kung naka-iPhone ka, so you will get this iMessage that you could send free messages dun sa mga naka-Apple products din. So, ayun yung iMessage where you can send free messages or unlimited messages to same Mac product or iPhone, iPad, or iPad Touch. Kasi pag ibang, kunyari, you're using iMessage to other devices like iPhone to Android phone. So, since wala namang iMessage yun, so dun lang siya magkakaroon ng charge na piso for your SMS. Pero pag same, iPhone to iPhone, ayan, so free siya. Ayun yung ating iMessage. And then also kay Mac, meron din siyang contacts. So halos same lang ng ating iPhone na meron siyang contacts. Kasi pwede mo siyang i-sync kung ano yung mga contacts mo sa iPhone. Ayan, masisync siya dito sa ating ding MacBook or iMac. And then, ang tinatawag naman dun sa pag-backup sa Mac is itong Time Machine. And so, may mga tinatawag sila sa Mac na Time Machine na pwede siyang mag-game backup drive. And that use an external hard drive or the airport time capsule. So, ayan, may tinatawag din siyang airport time capsule na sold separately. Ibig sabihin, it's an additional product ni Mac na pwedeng mabili as yun nga, external backup drive. And then lastly, yung FaceTime. So FaceTime for Mac makes it possible to talk, smile, and laugh with anyone on the iPad, iPhone, iPad, and then iPad Touch. So yung ating FaceTime naman is ito lang yung parang video call sa ating mga Apple products between iPad, iPhone, iPad Touch, and yung even in our iMac or MacBook phone. So pwede. And then, yung tinatawag nga nila sa photos, ayan, iPhoto. Ayan, so meron din sa ating sa ating Mac tsaka MacBook laptops. And then, masisync din natin dito sa ating MacBook Pro or iMac yung mga photos natin from our iPhone or iPad. And then we have the iCloud. So ito nga yung cloud storage device ni Mac. So, kung di ba sa Windows, we have the OneDrive. Sa Google, we have the Google Drive. Sa ating Mac operating system naman is we have the iCloud na tinatawag. So, ito kasi yung cloud storage ni Apple. So, productivity, creativity, and synchronicity. So, iCloud lets all these powerful apps work and play together across our devices. So, if you just created the document in Pages on your iMac to show up the same pages on your iPhone. When you finish making a movie on your iPad, you can watch it on your MacBook Air. So, ibig sabihin, since nasa cloud siya, it can be accessible to your different Apple devices. So, pag may ginawa kang Word document or Excel file sa iyong iPad, So, pwede mo siyang i-continue using your MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. And then, ganun din. For example, may pinanood kang movie gamit ang iyong MacBook or iMac. And then, pwede mo siyang i-transfer or pwede mo i-continue yung panonood mo ng movie or video using your iPhone and in vice versa. And then other advanced technologies that powerful OS X is the even smarter in energy saving technologies. So ayan na adjust din yung power saver settings niya in Mac. And then for the other apps and utilities ni Mac, so ayan, mga different software under Mac. And so dito, ayan nga, yung Apple Store. Itong App Store nila or Apple is so again, here's the sample ng mga software applications inside our Mac software or MacBook laptop. Ayan nga, sa ating App Store, ayan, dito tayo makakapag-download ng mga different uh, apps na pwede nating ma-download through our iMac, MacBook, iPad, and iPhones. And then, sa ating OS Mac X, so ito lang yung mga different features niya. And also, ayan, this server edition ng Mac operating system. Ayan, so, meron din yun nga tinatawag tayong Mac Pro. So, when we go to the website ng Apple, so doon natin makikita yung mga details, yung mga different products niya, tsaka yung mga different release. And so, and also when we look yung tech specs, and so dito natin makikita ayan kung gaano ka-advance yung kanyang mga specification. So as of now, ayan nga gumagamit na sila ng 5K Retina display. So sobra na sa linaw niyan na gumagamit na din ng ayan 5120 by 2880 resolution na meron siyang billion of colors. And also in terms of speed, ayan mas mabilis na siya kumpara sa other processor. So naka 10th gen Intel iCore 5 or i7 na din yung processor ng latest iMac natin. Ayun. We will have a break ng 5 minutes since magta-transfer lang ako ng laptop. So we'll cut this Google Class meeting and then we will proceed again at 8:50 or 8:51 for the demo na nung ating MacBook. And so I'll screenshot the attendance first. And then we will meet again after 5 minutes since I'll going to transfer the Google Class meeting on the other laptop.